5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring them out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective.
It's the biggest boss
From business, entertainment, love, and life,
Had to find my inner power.
to fashion, etiquette, and current events.
Major show alert.
All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you. Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.
The Romello Marcellus Show. I am he and he is me. It's another installment of this spectacular show that we do here together. Yeah, last night was a very, very excellent show, and we're gonna keep it up tonight. As you can see where I'm at, I'm here at the National Harbor. Yeah, MGM, and just mixing it up. I thought I'd do something different, something fresh tonight. We'll let some people get into the room, but in the meantime, in between time, last night, man, was an excellent show. I got something for y'all tonight too, man, that I think that is going to hit home when we think about it, man. The thoughts that people have about relations and relationships. We all make mistakes, but the mistakes that we make sometimes, man, put us in quandaries that we have no business being in. Yeah. While I'm sitting here, man, I'm gonna let people get in the room, but at the same time, I'll take care of some things, man, to make sure that people are aware that we are on tonight, and we're gonna be on one in a minute, especially with what I'm getting ready to share with y'all. Yeah. Interesting discussion last night. I hope y'all had discussions about it, man, during the day and at work and whatever, man. Because some people need to know, man. We can't assume that people know. We can't assume that people know when they actually don't. They have no idea. Yeah. There's some people getting in the room. Ain't in no rush. We are in no rush tonight. No rush. Take my time with this one. I'm gonna call this a slow gin fizz. If you're just joining, once again, this is the Romello Marcellus Show. I'm he is me. And yeah, welcome. Welcome to the show. If you like this platform, man, share it. Let's broaden the conversations, man. Let's broaden the conversations. This is not my platform. This is all of ours. This is a judge-free zone. You can come here and say and do what it is you want to do, and we're not here to judge you. Yeah. Just know that it's all love here. It's all love here. It's all done. It's all love. I'm not gonna hold off on the topic too much. I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna get it in and get it done, man, and get it on. If you're just joining, once again, this is a Romello Marcellus Show. I am actually entering this All right, there we go. That's the topic. Actually, here we go, Facebook. I'm not going to hold it back tonight. I need to jump right into it. The topic tonight, man, is have you ever considered the emotional attachment of the side piece you're dealing with? And actually, I was going to lead with this, man. I want y'all to indulge me for a moment, right? I want you to close your eyes, right? And picture this. Picture this, right? You finally find someone who gets you, someone that you get, right? And you know, you live in life. You're traveling. You got homes. You're full. Your heart is full, and yeah, you're everything. Everything is in alignment for you with this individual, right? Now picture this. Moving forward, it's your wedding day. All of your family, all of your loved ones are there. You know, the preacher, the flowers, the doves, the ring, everything. Couldn't be more perfect, right? Now go figure, right? You had this epiphany 3 months ago. 3 months. And you're getting married. Everything's right, right? Here's the flip side to that, right? 3 months. You jokers have been together 5 years, right? So let me count that, man. At 5 years, that's a long friggin' time. Now, out of those 5 years, right? You're looking at the fact that over 4.5 years and change, you was going through hell, right? And through that hell, both of you were infallible. Well, excuse me, not fallible, or you were doing your thing. You had side pieces. Now we're gonna bring it to today, right? This is your day. You're getting your gown on, you're getting your tux on. You know, your groomsmen are there, your bridesmaids, your matron of honor, maid of honor, and you're walking out of your room or the room down to the car to go to the church to get married. And say you're leaving a hotel and there's a crowd of folks around, they're just meandering in and out and so on and so forth, right? But this is your day. 3 months, you had the epiphany that this is who I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. Okay. You're on your way to the church. Everybody's standing there with you. They're ready to go. Unbeknownst to you, because you're in marital bliss at this point, your life is on. Someone comes up behind you and douses your ass with lighter fluid and sets your ass ablaze right there in front of your wedding party. Why? Because you didn't factor in the emotions or to consider the emotions or the attachment that an individual has had to you. And I'm speaking about an incident that really happened to someone that I know. They're still alive to this day, but they've been burned beyond recognition. So tonight, the topic is, have you considered the emotional attachment of the side piece you're dealing with or have dealt with? That goes for anyone that's dealt with side pieces. So you got your perfect life, like I said. Then out of the blue, someone comes for you. Because there's always a reckoning with that. They're going to show up. The point is, You don't know one's emotional states. You moving on your own accord, thinking that it's sweet. In all actuality, it isn't. Bad for business. Because see, the flip side of that is this. It could very well not hit you. It could have hit the one you decided that you wanted to be with the rest of your life. You can have a woman that you with the rest of your life, and this fellas on the flip side, and you run around with some broad, got her all strung out and hung up on you, wanting everything that you giving your woman at home, and she see your woman coming out the grocery store and throw battery acid in her face. She has no clue. This ain't a Fatal Attraction. This ain't no movie. The difference is that the games are played differently in real life. Shit like that gets up close and personal with folks. If you're just joining, the topic of the evening is: have you ever considered the emotional attachment of the side piece you are dealing with? And most haven't, and most don't. So, and done. I painted a picture. And this is a spinoff of last night because that's what I'm gathering about the side pieces. Because see, the side pieces could have got hurt in that situation. If you watched it, right? And we're talking about The Chi from Sunday night, the finale, where Tiff fell in love with her side piece. Now, she knows where this man rests. She knows this man's business, everything. So for all intents and purposes, she could go back and really do some damage to this guy because she feels like she put it all on the line for him. And he told her he didn't want what she was desiring. And he was cool with the arrangement. You got to figure, man. You're going to play those games. You got to play to win. Meaning that, the honesty's got to be there. And you got to know when to let off the gas and mash the throttle. Leave a joker in the wind. Or you may have to wean them off of you. Wean them off. Shame. If you're just joining, man, once again, the topic tonight is: have you ever considered the emotional attachment of the side piece you've dealt with or are dealing with? And most have not. I'll say this much. There's a thin line between love and hate. And love and crazy. And love will make you do shit that you never thought that you would do. Like go sit on somebody's doorstep at their job, waiting for them to come out, catch a glimpse. Go figure. Oh, someone said no side pieces for me, but it can get dangerous. Okay, how could it get dangerous? Please express that to me. If you're not a side piece, well, I guess the flip side, I guess if there were a side piece on, well, if you were a side piece, or if you were the main and there were a side piece, it could get dangerous. If you're just joining tonight, the topic is this, which most have not. Have you ever considered the emotional attachment of the side piece you're dealing with? I'm going to repaint this picture, right? Because some people are joining. And I kind of started a little fast. Those that are just joining, man, indulge me. Close your eyes and imagine you've gotten everything you wanted with an individual. Your heart is full, your mind's full, your life's full. You're everything that people talk about relationship goals being. Okay? With your individual, right? It took you 3 months to get there. You had that epiphany 3 months ago, and now this is your wedding day. But at the same time, you've been together 5 years. So you've been dealing with that whole bundle of hell and heck and back and forth and the cheating and the entertaining of other folks, right? But here it is, your wedding day. And you walking down to your limousine to go to your church. And unbeknownst to anyone around you, they don't know what's going on in your past. But here comes someone and they douse you with lighter fluid or gas and set your ass on fire. All because 3 months ago, you stopped seeing the individual. Cut them off cold turkey, no explanation, no nothing. And this person seeing you post, move around, pasting your life together with this individual that you said, okay, this is who I'm going to be with. And their emotions take them overboard with you, where they set you on fire or do something worse. Do something to ones you love. We got Diamond Honey 41 in the room. We got Larisha 61 in the room. Malik, the dope drummer, Rod Slick is in the room. Kenny Sway, welcome, Sway. Miss Ivy Nicole is in the room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lena Ray just joined the room. Welcome. Oh, someone says emotions are not rational. Hey, they don't care. Those who have side pieces are selfish. So what the side piece experiences emotionally is insignificant. Well, it's insignificant until they become violent or skittish, and they want to come and burn your ass up. Yeah, I'm speaking about last night, where a couple had an open relationship, but the difference between men and women cheating, how we move, we really don't know how people will take us and attach themselves to us and require the bounty that we're requiring of our significant others. So at the end of the day, Tiff decided she was in thought where she did not really want to choose to be with her husband and chose to, want to ask her side piece, what if she left her husband? And he told her straight up, as I stated last night, he said, I don't want to fuck up what we got. I like the relationship we have or the situation we got. On the flip side, he told her, said, I'm your nigga. I'm your nigga. Anytime he's acting up, you call me. You need something, he's not on point, I'm your nigga. Your baby need a haircut real quick, I'm your nigga. And that was it. So on the flip side, she went back to where she thought she was comfortable, which was her husband. They had that conversation that they wanted to close their relationship back up. And, there was pause within it, how she wanted to do it. She was like, well, we can try to be monogamous, so to speak. And in the same breath, she stepped off of him and went and talked to the guy she was in business with. And later on that night, creeping out to go see him. So here's the thing. Because she had those emotions about Dante, I guess she felt like she got to get under another one to get over that one, which further makes her situation more complex than it needs to be. Let's see. Someone said, and your advice is not to have a side piece, but let them down slowly. Well, I would say be honest about your side piece's position or your position with your side piece. Exactly. They don't think about the emotional impact until it comes to roost on their doorstep. Yeah. And most people are not subtle when they come to get or exact their position with you about what they're feeling. Roosting by confronting the main, by lashing out, etc. Hey, that is usually the cost in it all. You think about it. They want to be the person that you said or you chose. Now here's a spinoff, right? Where this woman is moving about, right? And when it comes to pass and he finds out that there is someone else, the husband is going to be broken up because she didn't choose him. She chose someone else. So the blowback can actually come both ways, especially when you're playing that game. So how many people, man, truly believe that someone said there's a lack of consideration across the board anytime a third party is involved. What should be considered is with emotions, there is not an indicator to determine what may happen. Yeah, you can't dial in emotions. You can't dial it in, you can't dial it back. A lot of times, man, it's turned up all the way because of the expressions that people have for you when they're dealing with you. I mean, you got to think about it, man. What is the worst thing you could do? What is the worst thing you could do when it comes to an individual who's expecting you to? Oh, hang on. There's a literal small separation between the love and hate sensors in the brain. Basically, what I was getting at and where I was going. There's a thin line between love and hate, and most people, their hate that they could draft for you is based on the choices that we make in comparison to. One thing I can say about Dante, he was confident in who he was to her and what it was because he let her know what it was from the giddy up, and the fact that she was with it based on her her acceptance of her husband's bullshit for so long, because she was not unwilling. She knew that this is who she had dealt with or who she was with. So, to say the least, you know, she knew what she was into. And when she saw Dante, she was already with it. She knew what she wanted to do. She was just waiting for the opportunity to express her interest or her desires with that man that expressed his desires to do things to her and with her. So, yeah. If you're just joining the show, the topic of the night is, have you ever considered the attachment of the side piece you're dealing with or have dealt with? Because at some point in time, you're going to have to cut off. Trina 04 just walked in the room. Welcome. That's it. At the end of the day, you're going to have to answer to that. Potentially, you can potentially, or your significant other or who you choose could potentially answer for the shit you're doing or have done. See, a lot of us on here, or a lot of you on here, have those situations, those very situations going on right now. Question is, are you going to be ready when it comes to see you? Are you going to be ready? Are you going to be ready? Can you handle it? Can you handle it? I don't think a lot of you can. I think you're gonna fold. I think you're gonna fold. Yeah. I think that honestly, man, it's a shame that we do this to one another, and you know, the sense that there is going to be some lasting benefit or something to it, when in all actuality it's short lived. Short lived. If you're just joining, man, I'm live tonight from National Harbor, the MGM. I ain't gambling. I should. I'm sure I'd win something. Deception, big factor. Unless you have an open relationship like they did. It's the levels of deception of it's the levels of deception a person goes to maintain the dishonesty that violates trust. A lot of time it's not the act that is difficult to get over. Ultimately, Tiff didn't choose Emmett. She did not. Didn't want her in that way. Well, Dante didn't want her in that way. Yeah, of course. She wanted the other guy. After he attached himself to her. I mean, sex is a sacred energy exchange. So it wasn't just a one-off. It wasn't just an open thing. They were spending time. They were making that connection, which is, like I said, the difference between male and female connections, especially when we're dealing with the quote unquote dating world, the animal magnetism, the sexual aspect of things, because if that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing. We just fucking. So, yeah. Go figure, man. It is a beautiful night out here. It is a beautiful night. I thank y'all for joining me, man, because y'all could have been anywhere in the world. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me tonight. And yeah, when I leave here, man, I'm gonna have me a goddamn steak or something. I'm gonna have something. Well, no animal. I'm doing this vegetarian vegan thing, man. I gotta get healthy. Health is wealth. For all those that are here, man, share this, man. Share it. Let's tag some folks in, man. You know, I guess everywhere I go, I got to pull some goddamn strings to do some damn thing. The thing is, it's like average motherfucker couldn't pull this off. All the red tape and the bullshit motherfucker got to go through to be here. Yeah. I'm somebody, damn it. You do better than playing in traffic than to play with me. View was awesome. And yeah. Y'all are here with me. I'm not by myself. Ramir just joined the room. Welcome, welcome. Hey, I need to bring her on because she got an event coming up soon, man, and I need y'all to support her. Need to support this one. This person works hard for a good cause. There's a the pink event, man, that's going on, and I just know that it's coming up soon, and yeah, get your tickets, man. You need to be there to support that. Here's an individual that chooses to go out, raise money, or come out of her pocket to pay for mammograms for ladies, man, that can't afford it. You that's giving, man. That if you've never seen it in the community, that's true giving. Yeah. If you're just joining, the topic of the evening is this. It is have you ever considered the emotional attachment of the side piece you're dealing with? Yeah. Have you ever considered the feelings or the emotions of the side piece you're dealing with? The side pieces need love too. I don't know who told you that. They didn't. They told you wrong. Just know that, yeah, what you do in the dark, man, can get your ass beat in the light. Facts, y'all. Facts. Can get your ass beat in the light. Listen, none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. But we have to consider folks that we deal with and come in contact with us, because we truly do not know the impressions that we leave on people, especially the people that we are intimately involved or intertwined with. You know, um, I say this to say that the story that I told you earlier is a real story. It happened to someone that I know. And, you know, for her, she sought to cut it off, and the individual did not take no. On the day of her wedding, the guy showed up at her home as she was leaving her home and set her on fire. This is a real story. I'm not making this up, and it happens. So these are the things we have to think about when we are doing some of the shit that we do. So, yeah. It is a beautiful night out here. Beautiful. Very beautiful night. If you're just joining, the topic once again is, have you ever considered the emotional attachments of the side piece you are dealing with or have dealt with? Because you You know what I sought, man? Is accountability in every aspect of the words. Accountability, the word accountability, meaning that if you got somebody on the side, man, and you can recognize their level of interest in you, I think that you got to be strong enough to bring all that shit into light. So it's nothing you hanging on to. It's nothing that you have to be looking over your shoulder about. Because when it comes out, the average individual is not going to be able to handle that weight, especially when you're talking about your home. As I stated before, man, you know, you can have the epiphany tomorrow about an individual that you're with, that this is everything that you need. And, you know, it's, you know, let me say this. It's a shame when you don't recognize that. Okay, first of all, like I said before, we're not perfect. We all take a fall. We all slip. We all require things that a lot of times that we expect another individual to deliver to us that we're not delivering to ourselves. Okay, this is when you have that epiphany that you've recognized where you fall short, and the person next to you can compensate for your lack. The yin and yang. Okay, when you come together. But a lot of times, man, it's like when you come into a house, you don't wipe your shoes off, or you don't take your shoes off to come into your house. You understand? And you track that shit into your house. And example, Pill talking about the shit you got going on beyond you gives individuals information or ammunition or power enough to step into your life in ways that you can't really govern. Prime example, the attachment grows by connection. Okay, give you an example. All right, let's say you got somebody, right, and you with them, and you dealing with them, you moving forward, right? And let's say that you found out the individual had somebody on the side. Okay, now that makes you a side piece too. Regardless of whether you're the main motherfucker, you still a side piece. What you start to look at is the deceptive acts or movements that the individual was making to make that thing happen. How many times they lied to you and told you that they were somewhere and they weren't? Or let's say you were privy to find out that they went to meet this individual 40 miles away from where you live and another 15 miles away from where they work. And in all actuality, you look at, damn, motherfucker, you never drove 40 miles for me to come and have no dinner with me or lay up with me on a whim. Those are the factors of things that play into the individual that you are with, their mind. Now, the side piece knows that if you've expressed that they're the side piece, that you're going home every night. Okay? So that doesn't weigh on them. Y'all, yeah, I guess it went over y'all head. The motherfucker you land with every night can very well be that same individual that's going to douse your ass with lighter fluid on the way to the wedding that you had an epiphany about 90 days ago in the midst of that 5-year dealing. And there it is. If you're just joining the room, right? The conversation of the topic of the evening, welcome to the Romello Marcellus Show once again, is that have you ever considered the emotional attachment of the side piece that you are dealing with? And I'm saying the duality of this conversation is this. It's not the person outside of your relationship that becomes a side piece. When you acquire a side piece, you also make the main individual that you're with a side piece, because there is a circumvented triangle. And somebody in the midst of that triangle, 9 times out of 10 is maybe a willing or unwilling participant in that shit. So the question is, you being the denominator or the numerator or the nominator, meaning the nucleus, the actual nucleus of it all, the cell that connects the bullshit, can you bear the weight of it all? Because trust me, you can get a can of whip ass from both sides. Most motherfuckers can say, oh, well, I can handle it. But no, a lot of times you can't handle it. You may think you can. Because see, the silence is the key. The silence is going to take you out, especially with the motherfucker you been down with. Pillow talking on both sides. It can come from anywhere. You can get burnt up. Fellas, you can get burnt up in that tux. Just like ladies, you can get burnt up in that chiffon Vera Wang dress on the way to the wedding. It's happened. Just know that shit. Keith Salmon just joined the room. Mount Vernon, New York. Welcome, welcome, uptown, uptown. You hear me? Miss Yandy Music just joined the room. Check her out. She's dope. She's dope. I Silver 84. Tightest drummer you ever want to meet in the room. Welcome, welcome. If you're just joining the room, man, the topic once again is, have you ever considered the emotional attachment of the side piece you are dealing with? And that is meaning that not just so that you're dealing with someone outside of your home, in your home, because you've stepped out, you've made that individual a side piece as well. A side piece to your bullshit, because they truly don't know. Here's an example. All right, let's refer back to the show, right? The Shy, Sunday night, the finale. Emmett calls his woman on the phone, right? And she's out there with Dante. And he'd say, hey, bring your ass home. What's up, homie? Hey, man, the topic is deep tonight. The conversation is this. Have you ever considered the emotional attachment of the side piece you are dealing with? Okay?
You got causing problems, man.
What that basically saying is this. You got a side piece outside of your home, but at the same time, you've made your main apple scrapper a side piece too, who's actually going to be privy to you on the inside of the home, but she's more, or he's more yourself to have something outside of the home. Now, I'll say this to you as this, right? Because an individual is laying up in your bed every night, and they cool with you moving how you move, does that make them more or less dangerous to you?
Oh, shit. Probably a little more dangerous, I would say. What you think? I feel like, I don't know. That's man.
That's a touchy situation, right?
Man,
There's a
Lord,
thin line
shit.
between love and hate, man. And motherfuckers will cut your throat in the middle of the night and let you bleed out on the bed. You hear me?
I couldn't even sleep in that motherfucker. Shit.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm watching the show, man, and I tell you, the writers, they put their work in on that one. And we're talking about The Chi Sunday night, the finale.
Yeah,
that
I
they
saw
had.
one now.
So you got to understand, Emmett allowed that movement. He can call his lady, but at the same time, he the guy that she chose over him to spend time with. An open relationship is like a swinger situation. That means that, okay, we show up with, matter of fact, prime example. All right, we say we're going to have an open situation and we swinging. We go to the swingers party. You play, I play. At the end of the night, we go home. We leave that shit in that house or that establishment that we played in. All right? Now, that didn't happen with this show. She locked in with somebody and spending time and hanging out and going to eat and going to the club and partying and hanging with. She's actually having a relationship with this guy, right? So in the interim of it all, she asks him, what if I leave Emmett? What if I leave my husband? What would you do? Homeboy kept it true to the code. He said, nothing. Because I don't want to fuck up our arrangement. He told her straight up, I'm your nigga. Anytime your son need a haircut, I'm your nigga. When your husband fucking up, call me. I'm your nigga. I'm going to take you out and do the shit you want to do. I'm going to take you where you want to go, and we're going to do what we want to do. That's it. That's all. But the husband is privy to it all because he knows that he's the only one that you're going to see. And he states it, you're going to see Dante tonight. When is that going in and that the other, blah, blah, blah. But the broad goes back and asks Dante, hey, man, what if I leave Emmett? And he states those things to her. Nothing. So she broke down and she goes back home and states this conversation. Well, say, you know what? I'm cool with trying to reestablish a close relationship, right? But she tells him, hey, look, I'm going to try to be faithful. I'm going to try to be monogamous. Like I said last night, I would have smacked the spit out of her mouth and pushed her down a flight of steps and gave her a diaper because she was full of shit. You hear me? The conversation is this. That lets me know you didn't choose me. What I always say, man, the pimping is sold what?
Not told, not to be told.
Separately, right?
Yeah, definitely.
The pimping is sold what?
Definitely.
There you go. So for me, you got to go or go to the blade. You got to earn because you can't burn. Not here no more. Like Nevaeh's mama, she got to pack her shit and get up out my house tonight.
That motherfucker in the van. In the van, mama, man. God, dog. Man, this here right here touching hell, G. I mean, I'm learning something myself, so I got to be on antennas. We ever had one of them subjects that would come in like,
Yeah,
I
man.
don't even know if I want to say nothing. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Like, hold up, man. Get my bearings right. Make sure I'm sharp enough for this one right here.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got no one holding on the phone.
But see, what most people don't understand is that when you do that, you end up with two side pieces. It's just one has more access to you than the other. But the one that has more access, meaning the one you go home to at night, they're actually privy to your movements and the shit that you do.
That's the one with the power.
That is the one you really have to be concerned with, not the one that's outside your house. The one outside your house, you can confess it to the one inside and say, hey, look, man, this is what it is, and I don't know where this shit might come from. So you missed the conversation, right? I'm gonna paint the picture for you real quick. All those are coming in. The topic tonight, once again, is have you ever considered the emotional attachment of the side piece that you're with? Close your eyes, bro. I'm gonna paint this picture for you, right? You know, we seek the perfect relationship. Let's say 90 days ago, you had the epiphany that this is the woman. She cooks, she cleans, she can bear children. She's emotionally strong. She's morally supportive of me and in every aspect of things that I do, right? She giving me every ounce of game that she got, and I'm on top of the world. Matter of fact, relationship goals, motherfucker. I'm it. I'm the poster child of it. Me and her, right? At this point in time. 90 days. We getting married on this day. But we've been together 5 fucking years, you hear me? It took us this long to get to that. So in the midst of that, we've been slutting and fucking and doing all kinds of other shit, right? And stepping out and whatever. So 90 days ago, I dropped this motherfucking broad. You hear me? Or she dropped the dude. Both ways. Today is the wedding day. So picture this. You with your groomsmen, and she with her grooms or bridesmaids and matron of honor, maid of honor, whatever the case may be. Getting ready to come out and go to the church, get in the limo, and picture this shit. We sitting there talking. Next thing you know, unbeknownst to us, somebody comes up and spray either he or she or her or him with lighter fluid and set the motherfucker on fire. You hear me? Mm-hmm. And that motherfucking Armani suit gonna burn up like a piece of paper, or that chiffon Vera Wang dress gonna burn up like it ain't nothing. The point I'm making to you is this. We didn't account for the audible. We didn't call it. We didn't play it. And this individual that we cut off cold turkey watched us profess our love for someone else and watched the movement go down. And we did not calculate for the actual emotion that was played into the fact that if I can't be with you, no one else will. And that's what happens. A life story full of secrets in the room. What's up? What's up? What's up?
No, I'm not saying the company. No matter.
Yeah.
That sounds.
But that's the game some be playing, man.
I mean, but I look at it like this, man. Like I said before, it was a couple of lives ago. You know, we was up here talking, and we was talking about the part of the game that we get accused for the most of men. In the world doesn't understand that part of the game we learn solely from women. And it's like everything that we learn from them, they hate the most about us. Have you ever paid attention to that? Everything that they hate the most about us is the number one thing that they taught us. You understand what I'm saying? You ever pay attention? Like, we was paying attention to, even down to the side niggas. We learned that from them.
Yeah.
They been pimping. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like any other pimp in the world. That's why they get offended by it. What a pimp do if a nigga take his hoe?
Hey man, you found another one.
Yeah.
Or if you can get a charge,
yeah,
you get paid.
If he gets taken by somebody he don't like, that nigga mad.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So women, they territorial. You know? So, and given in this essence, pertaining to what you're speaking on, God damn, boy. I mean, my brother shit quick at that point. That's too rich for my blood. That OG, I don't know how to play that, ain't.
But old girl wasn't finished. She had another nigga in the wings.
She wasn't finished.
You know the thing, man. You got to get over one. You got to get under another one. You know, that whole situation.
Right. Shit. But she still was maneuvering on both.
But the bigger picture is that you got a guy at home who's thinking that we're going to try to work something out. But you chose to do something else. The most hurtful thing is that you didn't choose me. Choose me.
I've been in a situation where I thought something was gonna work out because it was explained to me that way, and the whole time they was still, you know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. That's all right, man. I feel. Damn.
Yeah.
And she wasn't even done yet. I'm about my ice on.
You're cooking, man. I know you got something down there, man.
I ain't cooking tonight, man. I've been chilling, man. I had no orders tonight. I did some shrimp and grits yesterday.
Motherfucker hungry, you hear me?
Got you, man. I told you, man, you gotta find the weekend. You ain't doing that, man. We get together. You know, come try some of these dishes, man. And see what we come up with. Put together a proper menu for the show. We really need to have that meeting. I got the lady host. So I think we need to go ahead and get that meeting. You got the spot. I got the lady host. We need to go ahead and this meeting, set it up, and start making that move, and start building up the platform for it. Also, I have somebody else that can help us with the branding of the content, making it bigger, because that's what they do. And I'll reach out to him and find out, you know, how we can work that situation out.
Let's get it.
As far as pertaining to that. So I would say, I don't know, man. What you looking like tomorrow, man? Tomorrow night. I know you do your thing from about 7 to 8 or 7 to 9. So I say probably about 5 o'clock, man, Eastern Standard Time. And probably about 5 to 6 before you do your podcast. I think we can have that meeting. And I put the group together on IG, and we can set that up and try to kind of swing, because she got a podcast too. So, also, I wanted to talk to you, man, because I told you I was going to 2 events next year for the thing called For the Love of Her and For the Love of Him. I got the women's committee already together. We already had 3 meetings, and they about put it together. So we got a date and everything. So it'll be next year, the last week in April for the women's conference. But I got the women's committee because, you know, it's for women. Even though I'm overseeing it, I want the women to kind of lead it, because, like I said, it's an event for women, ran by women, and everything in it is solely catered to women. But the men's part I haven't started on, because I didn't have no men that wanted to come and help put this conference together for the men. So that's what I'm looking for. And I think you would be a good help with that if you got the time to do it. So I want to run the hours literally right after there. So theirs will be the last week in April. Ours will be the last weekend in May. Because even though we're working on theirs, that doesn't mean that the men's can't be being worked on at the same time as well. You know what I'm saying? Just be a month later. So that's something that I feel like is going to be beneficial. And plus it'll be another way to kind of kick that show off too, because we can dedicate an hour part of the day to doing that show live on stage. You know what I'm saying? To sit on stage, chairs, and we cook right then and there on stage, etc. Running from there. It's something that we got a lot to speak about, man. A lot of questions and a lot of things that the world want to know. So what I'm doing right now, I'm starting to put out some Q&As on Facebook and all that, and just getting a bunch of different topics and questions from people, like the shit they really want to talk about that TV shows is not talking about. You know what I mean? So I'm on top of that as well too. So we can have some good things to hit on that people actually want to talk about. Because the first thing they're gonna say is, okay, another talk show. What's so special about this one compared to the rest of these motherfuckers? You know what I mean? But the reality of it is, we know that it's something special because we giving them some real shit. We ain't finna water it down. We gonna keep it clean, most of the television. But the storyline is 100%. This is what it is. You know, and, the way things are structured, I think it's gonna come out beautiful, man. I just can't wait to get the ball rolling. That's why I said I think we're gonna have that meeting tomorrow. We can go ahead and get the ball rolling and get that thing up and jumping. And for those who've been following OG, man, consecutively, been on here on the live and tuning in with American, man, it'll be nothing but an honor and a blessing to have y'all that watch the first episode, set it up. Or if you're around, you can be there and participate and enjoy some of the good food we're gonna be cooking on there, and get involved in what we're trying to do. For any women that is in here, if it's okay with OG, you know, for me saying that on his platform, I don't like to do that. You know, I know get permission. My apologies on that, but that women's conference is something that's real important that I want to do, because I want to start addressing some things that they don't address. You know, it's nothing wrong with being an independent woman, but sometimes it's a thing called being too independent. And it's like they're not teaching the balance with that. And I think some of the women that I got that's going to be speaking to the women is going to speak on that balance. You know what I mean? And even for the men, you know, because right now, brother, in this world, man, we lost, man, like a motherfucker. We need to be able to communicate and talk to people. Look at the subject at hand we talking about. Look at the topics we deal with. And a lot of these stem from the things that we lack. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something that'll be powerful, man. And I'm gonna keep it around. I'm gonna say this on Instagram. I'm gonna say this. You know what I mean? I don't mean no harm, no disrespect to nobody. Let me tell you something. For you fathers out here, that's fathers, right? If you ain't loyal to your seed, I can't fuck with you, man. Because I can't trust you at that point. If you ain't loyal to your own flesh and blood, something you help make, bro, I ain't no backseat. Period. You know what I'm saying? Get out there, man, do what it is you got to do. And if you ain't ready to be no father, man, tuck that motherfucker away. Or get on over the store or something, or go get that motherfucker clip or something. Do something. But not just be out here, man, dropping our bombs everywhere and leaving these kids out here, you know what I mean, in this world like that. I grew up like that. So for me, it's a touchy subject because it didn't have to be that way. You know what I mean? People were just doing their due diligence and not just trying to have fun. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking why they having fun. Nothing wrong with living. But think why you out here living, you know? My bad if I shifted the OG. I was just wanted to touch on that, man. I just wanted to put that out there. You know?
Country Boy 2021 is in the room. Welcome, welcome. If y'all just joining the room, man, you know the topic of the night is have you ever considered the emotional attachment of the side piece you are dealing with or have dealt with?
Uh-huh.
It's like shit on your shoes. A lot of times, man, motherfuckers come in the house and they don't wipe their shit off. They track it all in the house.
That's a trifling motherfucker. That's something that need his ass whooped. Damn. I think, I ain't never been, I can honestly say, man, I don't know if I've been side. That's a good question. That's a good question to counter with this topic you got. Have you ever been a side nigga and didn't know you was a side nigga? God damn. Vice versa. Some motherfuckers that don't know their sides. That's why they can't answer their questions.
Yeah.
They don't know they the side. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That motherfucker that play like that. They don't know they the side right now. Oh shit. That's a good thing. I never been to that nigga. You're about to spit my ass and I ain't even know.
They don't grasp the emotional attachments, man.
What would be the intake on this?
Huh?
I would say, what would be your intake on this? Because I was listening to how you was breaking down a scenario. So what would be your intake? How do you prevent something like this? Or is it okay to feel like this? You know what I'm saying? Being, should the emotional, you know what I'm saying, attachments of the side piece be important to you?
You know what? As I was saying earlier, man, you know, when you step out there, if you're the nucleus of the cell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody involved besides you becomes a side piece. You gotta understand that. Because usually when motherfuckers do that shit, both parties are unbeknownst to the other.
Mm-hmm.
There's a rarity that there is a pass given for the individual to step out and do what they're doing. And that means that there's a duality to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
See what I'm saying? So let's say you step out on your lady, right? You got another lady. Your lady becomes a side piece too at this point. Because she's sharing.
But she's sharing knowing you though, right?
And this brass tacks, most niggas ain't gonna share that, hey, I'm doing what I'm doing. Reason why he won't share to the actual side piece, what he's got at home, because he don't want to hear that bullshit thrown up in his face about, oh, well, go home to your woman. I ain't that bitch, or whatever the case may be. You know, it's just common sense. But at the same token, your woman at home, trust me, if she becomes a side piece, she knows that she's a side piece. She'll roll with your monkey ass to see what you really gonna do with it. Meaning, at the end of the choice, is she the choice that you're gonna make? Which is basically the part of the story that I just said, that when you have that epiphany, after 5 years and 90 days in, that this is the one that's got you full, your heart, your mind, everything else, and you decide to say, all right, this is who I'm gonna get my AARP card with. The other one that you just cut off cold turkey, they're gonna come see you or see her. And that flip side, go come see you or see, i.e. woman, you know what I'm saying? Burn you up in the wedding dress or burn you up in the Armani tux on the way to the wedding. So it's like this. When you play those games, you got to be willing to take what comes with it. If you're going to act like that, you got to already be a silverback gorilla ready to go where you got to go to get what you need to get done. Because, the appreciation and the respect ain't going to ever be there. So, there it is. If you're just joining the show, man, the topic tonight is, have you ever considered the emotional attachment of the side piece that you are dealing with? And it's not just the side piece. Recognize what you're doing. When you have a side piece, you actually make your main apple scrapper a side piece too. Now, whether they're a willing participant or, not a willing or an acknowledged participant in your bullshit is the big question. Because see, the weight is not going to really fall on you outside of your home or your situation, your main situation. The weight's going to fall on you there. Because when you do the weight and measure, it's about how much time you've invested, how much resource, and how much you actually chose over where you're really supposed to be, or you chose your side in which you want to be in. That's what's going to get you Lorena Bobbitt or set on fire like Fire Marshal Bill.
Medea.
You hear me?
And grit ball. Everything grit.
So I'll say this flip side, right? As a man, as I said it last night, for a woman to do that, that means that she stepped out, she took her time, and she likes the motherfucker she decided to step out with. You hear me?
Uh-huh.
So that means that, dude, you at home, and she's coming home to you every night. She wagging that dude dick in your face. And I said last night, for me, you come out and tell me some shit like that, I'm going to wire your jaw up and push you down a flight of steps. I mean that shit. Because, I mean, you're going to great lengths beyond me to make that happen. Yeah.
Right.
And
So
I like the locks too. Somebody said I like the locks. Yeah, I like the locks, but Dipset thing, man, that's a whole other ball game. My pups, they gonna do what they gotta do. Diplomats, they uptown, baby, uptown. You hear me?
So are we speaking from the essence of saying?
Huh?
Are we speaking from the essence of saying, okay, when a woman does it, it means missing a bit more because she puts some effort into it. When a dude does it, it was effortless. Is that what we're saying?
A lot of people out here. What do you say, bro?
I was asking, is that how we're comparing that situation?
Yeah, most definitely. The difference is, but we fuck for fun as guys. A lot of times we go out here and we'll do that fishing thing. We reel them in and we throw it back. But ladies, like I said, when they move, it's the game. They got to choose up. They ain't choosing down. It's not a lateral choose. They choosing up. That's somebody that laid eyes on and they've envisioned that thing and they gave you the benefit of the doubt and they didn't act on it. But the minute they get an opportunity to act on it, man, they going 1 million miles going north. They're going to drop the bag on this nigga to show them that they chose the whole 9. They're going to lock in. Did you see the Shy Sunday night, the last Sunday night, man, the finale show?
No, I ain't get to see it.
Oh, man, you got to watch that thing. You got to watch it. Have you seen any of it throughout the season?
No, I really started like going through it when you said something about it. We was on here.
Yeah, you got to watch it,
Weeks
man.
ago.
The young,
Shot.
listen, here's the backstory, man. It's a young guy, Emmett, man. He's a hustler. He bought his thing, whether he hustling sneakers or barbecue or whatever the fuck it is, right? He had the young girl. They got married and shit. He was fucking around doing his shit, but he decided to straighten up and fly right. So he had fucked one of the girls that he was cooking up with. So what ended up happening was, come to find out, the chef, she can do the edibles and cook, infuse the food and all that kind of shit. So he ends up introducing her to his fiance at the time, Tiff, which he ends up marrying. So now after he married her, he's like, look, I got to come clean. But what really preempted to come clean is that the girl he fucked ended up started fucking him with his daddy. So he feeling real fucked up about the alliances that they making. So he comes clean and say, hey, look, I knocked her down. Boom. So that was a whole nother gaslight to the situation. So he ends up saying, well, you know, I'm sorry, I want to do right. So Tiff comes back and say, look, I want an open relationship for a while. So I say he was a simp for it, but there's a benefit to it because it was confessed that she was going to do what she was going to do. So the fact is, he knew where she was when she was wherever the fuck she was. She chose to be with Dante. Bam. So the first night she came back in, he waiting up for her and shit. This broad commenced to tell him, yeah, I was with Dante and he pussy better than you. See? Goddamn, bitch. Excuse my, I said I wasn't going to use that word no more. I'm refraining. Tiff, you walked out of here, but now you're going to live for about 3 weeks because you just sat here and did that to me. You ain't got to come in and profess what you did. We already know, but you ain't got to rap about it. You hear me? So because that happened, she begins to spend more time with him while he's knocking down the randoms that you do in an open relationship. It's just a one-off. I knocked this one down. I ain't going back. But as it was stated to me by multiples, if a lady, if you go back to somewhere, that means that, okay, sure, that the situation was amazing, but it's more than amazing. You made an emotional, or excuse me, personal attachment to that individual. You start to choose this individual. And if you're choosing an individual, you choosing that individual over me and you. So it's no longer an open relationship. We just got a polyamorous situation, a polyamorous thing, I think, happened. So now it becomes a whole other thing.
Listening to what you said, though.
Yeah.
How you explained it, it sounded like she was already like leaning towards that move anyway.
Yeah.
You gotta think about it. She responded to that too fast. He came clean to her that day. Yeah. Her response back was, I want to be in the room.
That's bad.
Her response back was, I want to be in an open relationship right away.
Right away.
Right? And she already got somebody to do. That means she might have already been hitting Dante. That wasn't no new move.
Shame, man.
Well, that was already a plan.
But think about how this goes on in real life, man. You basically gonna have a shotgun wedding or something, or a barbecue. Somebody gonna get stabbed in their sleep. Something. Someone said, but Dante will never wife her, so Tiff is dumb. Well, he stated that on the show. He was cool when she asked him, what would I do if I left Emmett? He said, nothing. I don't want to mess up our situation. I like our arrangement. He told us straight up, like I said before, I'm your nigga. When he fucking up, you call me. Your boy need a haircut? Call me. Want to hang out and have some fun? Call me. Yeah. But the emotional aspect of it is that she made herself a side piece. That gives it more layers to this topic that we're discussing. Everybody becomes a side piece in the situation.
That's because, again, that statement, that was true. It was true, but it wasn't true, and it was true in the essence of
Yeah.
You wanted to play in the game that you're not built for. Meaning is, if you're gonna lead and with your emotions, you ain't meant to play this game because this game is meant to be emotionless. And then, of course, there ain't no emotions involved in this type of game. If you're gonna play that game, right? You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like checkers. That ain't no chess move. That's a checkers move. That's a hop and bop. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta hope you can get to that king status and power up and get another level added to you. But
how y'all gentlemen doing?
Going good. Just to be trying to play that game, and I know she probably looked like a damn fool when he said what he said to her. She probably looked lost as hell, like a dick on the head, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. That's crazy right there, bro. I got to see that.
I need a manager, boss. I need a manager.
You need a manager?
I need you all day. You already know.
Yeah. Well, we're on, the subject at hand, but I got you. We got to build on that.
For sure. How you doing, sir? I like the sunglasses.
That's OG Romello. This one of the artists, Loso. I know you seen him on live before we was on camera.
My music kind of different, you know? I speak from the soul of my music. My music different. The right person. Huh?
Yeah, this not the regular live. This is the podcast live.
Oh, broadcast? Oh, okay.
Yeah. You guys see the subject pin down there?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that. I got you.
It's all good. Yeah, it's the podcast live. So we want to going over the subject pertaining to the last episode of it's the Chi-Town in the Shot. I haven't saw it yet, so I gotta go check it out because the subject at hand is touchy. Like, basically, the questions been asked is, have you ever considered the emotional attachment of the side piece you are dealing with? You know what I mean? Basically,
yeah.
You said, yeah?
I feel like I have. That's the truth. I feel like I have. It's me. You gotta think about it. Like, is that basically like loving two people at one time? Because I feel like I love two people at one time because I couldn't make the choice of who I wanted to be with because of the situations I was in. But then I was like, I don't want to hurt this person, but then I'm hurting myself and I remove myself from this person. So old wise man told me, you got to rule out who you feel comfortable to lay with without having sex, or can you go to the other person and lay down without having sex? And I didn't know what that meant for the longest. It's like two tears in the bucket. So I had to rule it out because the one person I went to, I laid down without having sex, and the other person I went to and laid down without having sex. So I was comfortable with both. But in reality, I didn't love myself because I was broken.
Say it again, young boy.
I didn't love myself because I was broken. I couldn't forgive myself for the things I'd done to people who loved me and how I was in their life and how I manipulated the situation, cheated, or put my hands on them when they did nothing but was good to me, And I realized when a person walked away, I was like, why are they walking away? I did all this for them based off of my actions. So I had to realize it was based off my actions. Mm-hmm. And then in reality, my pain was seeing them with somebody else that it was doing all the happy things I wanted to do for them. And that hurt me more than anything when they walked away and did better for themselves. Mm. And I thought when they cheated on me, I'm like, why they cheating this and that? And really, that didn't hurt as much when they walked away from me. So I had to realize some things, and that was in myself.
Yeah.
So that sounded like kind of what you were just, oh, man. that joke goes so many directions. Because you got to think, Mike, before you came in, he was just saying that the guy was doing what he was doing, right? He did what he did. The wife he told the wife, he came clean to the wife. Wife like, look, we're going to be in an open situation here. Right? So she get to mess with the nigga Dante, but then she come back and tell him, Dante, he ass better than you, basically, for lack of a better term. Okay. OG said what I was thinking. She might would have been beat the fuck up, come in and say shit like that. But, you can't compare apples to oranges in that situation because when he was doing what he's doing, he didn't give a fuck about the girl. It was just more so, checkers move, hop and bop. He hitting and he rolling, it is what it is. I don't care nothing about it. Mm-hmm. That is an emotional thing. But it's like that reality might have sank in. Like what you just said, it might have sank in when she said what she. It's like, man, that shit. That's why I say, man, this subject right here, boy, got so many curves.
You know, me, he didn't love her either. Didn't mean he didn't love her.
How do you get to the bottom of this thing? That's the point. Like, listening to what's going on. What you just said. Listen to what OG just said. How do you get to the bottom of something like this? Like, to where either it doesn't happen, or you can set the situation up to the point where it makes sense all the way around the board and everybody can be comfortable. But it ain't gonna work if you ain't willing to take
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring 'em out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective.
It's the biggest boss
From business, entertainment, love, and life,
Had to find my inner power.
to fashion, etiquette, and current events.
Major show alert.
All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you. Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.